Alright, hello YouTube. I did have a project here I want to show everybody. I do have a little bit of a weathering technique, I guess. Something I had picked up from just going through the internet. And it's something that's just very, very inexpensive that I've been getting into with some of the basic stuff. I don't have an airbrush. It's probably eventually going to be coming around. But in the meantime, what I have instead are these right here. It is a soft pastel. It does come off in like a chalk kind of form. So you can see right here there's a pile of stuff that I've shaved off, and then this right here, just a small sponge. You can get it from most of the hobby shops. This is maybe 70 cents, somewhere around there. And the chalk itself was only a couple dollars for a whole package of multiple colors. Which I had this in the intro video. This is a whole color palette that it came with. I'm only using the really dark colors because obviously that's really where all the weathering is going to end up being. So right now I have a blackout, and this right here is the F7 that I plan on weathering. I'll go over a little bit of the process, but this is a little bit weathered right now. I did go and put dull coat on it. If you're not familiar with the dull coat, it's just from testers. Spray it over, and that's going to allow you to actually get all this stuff to stick. You got to do that first, otherwise if you've touched the engine in any way, it's really not going to stick because of all the oils from your hands. So with the dull coat, and after not touching the engine, once you dull coat, you can kind of get it to stick, which with a Brunswick green engine, it's kind of difficult to actually see because in some of that light, it doesn't look like most of it's really been done. But up close, this is the other side. I haven't done the other side yet, so I'm going to show. This is still brand new. This is wear side. This is only taking me maybe 5 minutes. Just dirty up. Really want to dirty up those grills right there. Take away some of the shine. But I said dull coat's already been applied to this. I'm going to do a secondary dull coat afterwards, just to make sure that everything sticks. But in that meantime, go and do the other side, the grills here, just to show what this actually does. Just because this is a little bit cheaper to do. I do have a glass of water here. Take the tip right here. This is a very small edge, you can see. It's very, very slightly tipped. And you just want to dunk a little bit of water in there, nothing major. And that will pick up a lot of this. And you kind of just lightly go over where you got it, over these fan blades. Excuse me, the grill. And we're going to make that a little darker. Like I said, this is something that I've just really picked up. I know a lot of people like to use chalks, things of that nature, but this isn't any kind of special weathering chalk. This is just something that I picked up at a hobby store, kind of picked up with doing some coal cars, just because those are easy, just making them a little black. I'll try to get most of this now. So with that part being done, until it's darker. Now this is still wet. If you give this a couple of minutes, it is going to dry, and it's going to come out a little bit cleaner. It's not going to look like it's really wet anymore, just because it's all the water's going to dry up, and it's going to look a little bit more like dust, just like the pastel is. If you look right here, tell how that kind of came out, which is a drier, dirtier look, very grimy look. Like I said, this is what I'm doing to this locomotive in particular. This is the F7. I do have a B unit that's going to get weathered as well. I still got to take that shell off. This side still needs to be a little bit weathered, and then that plow, I'll probably get it, and I'll probably dirty up the nose with a different color. Maybe take a little bit of white. But as far as real dirty weathering, as far as rusting goes, I would recommend an airbrush. If not, maybe a little bit of paint. Depends on your preference. A lot of people have different opinions on what you should do. But I said, this is something that I've just explored. I looked into actually trying it, and it's done good so far for as cheap as it is, without having to spend all the money on an airbrush and trying to clean all that. This is simply just dust it up a little bit, kind of shake a little bit whatever's off. It's back in the paper, you can throw the paper away, and the chalks itself were only a couple dollars, so It's a lot cheaper than an airbrush would be. And finally, whenever all this is done, like I said earlier, just give one more coat of dull coat just so that it stays, and you can actually handle the locomotive without having to worry about anything falling off of it or anything getting on your hands. Because after you get to do that second dull coat, you really won't have to worry about it. And from there, just pop it back on. It's just a cheaper option for anybody that's looking to weather a locomotive, or cars for that matter. That would actually be fairly cheap to do without having to spend all the money anywhere else.